Hey. Hey. Hey.
Yeah, sorry, what?
You've gotten a lot done since the last time I was on the job site.
The job site? You're at the job site every day. This is our house.
Well, since I've been on duty on the job
I know.
site.
Yeah, we're getting there. I got the sheathing on. So now we're going to put some fascia boards on. I'm going to put the drip edge on, get it all zip taped and ready for shingles. Shingles are being delivered, I think, Tuesday or Wednesday. So that way I can get it. Hopefully it'll be nice Friday. I'll get this thing shingled and we can start focusing on the outside and the inside.
I know you borrow a lot of stuff from Jamie, but we're resorting to borrowing his truck.
Well, see, the thing is that he had all these extra LP Smart Side fascia boards, which is what I need. So I borrowed a few of them, and they're 16 foot long, so they won't fit on my truck. So,
Okay, one question.
yeah.
Does he know you have his truck?
Well, I'll tell you right now, if he doesn't, he's gonna know when he watches this video. So 5:15, it's already almost pitch black outside. I can't stand this non-daylight, whatever it is, daylight savings, non-daylight savings. But I borrowed this from the job, old zip roller, like I said. So I'm gonna go ahead and zip roll. Voila! Done. All right, but I need help with this fascia board. Come on, let's go.
Okay.
You're on the ladder again.
As long as it's not the roof.
No, try this one. See if you can get on that one. So you need to be able to just get up enough to where you can hold a board.
Hold a board?
Like probably, yeah, that's perfect. You all right? You don't have to go any higher. You good there?
I'm okay here.
Are you sure?
Yes.
Okay, perfect. All right, hold on. Going up. All right. I threw out those microphone things because they suck. So we're just going to go with the GoPro on this one. Oh, crap. You know what I don't have? I don't have that piece. All right, hold on. Hold on. I forgot something. All right, we're going to try that one again. All right.
Welcome.
Thank you. Did I say thank you?
I don't know.
Sorry. All right, Steph. So I'm going to hand this to you, and you're just going to hold it up there. I'm going to start at this end, get it where I want. I got this block here. I'm going to put this on the roof. That's like my inch block. So get that where I want. I'm going to shoot a nail, and then what I'm going to do is I'm just going to work it down that way. So you're just going to, if I tell you up, down, whatever, just to make sure it stays flush with our sheathing there, okay? Yeah. Pull it down this way a little bit. All right, you got it? Okay. Hold right there. If I'm flush, all right. Hold what you got. Okay. Trying to see how that looks. I'm gonna put one more nail in it just to hold it, and I'm gonna get down and look at it just to make sure it looks all right. Okay, down, Steph. Down, 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 down. A little bit. Right there, I think it's good. So I'm gonna peg one more nail in right here. Or two. We call that the discount double shot. All right, you should be able to let go of it now. Yep, okay, I'm gonna get down just to look at it and make sure it looks all right, because I only got now 3 nails in it. But that way, if it doesn't look right, if something doesn't look right, I can actually take it off before I go pounding nails in this thing. Does it look right?
Mm-hmm.
I think it's right. My angle looks good against that. All right, I think And it's a winner chicken dinner. Let's just nail that thing off, and then we got to put all the other pieces on. We got like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 7, 9, 12, 13 more. No, just like 4.
Okay, that's better.
Another thing that some people may question again is I could have put a bevel on this top edge to make it all plain down, but again, it's gonna have drip edge over it and shingles, so it doesn't matter. But what I do want to do is I just want to make sure that I'm taking my square and running down this way so that I know that it's in plane with my other material. I don't want it to be up or down, so I'm just looking there to make sure it's where I want it, and then pop. And as you noticed from the TL maybe is I'm not putting tons of nails in here. I stole this gun from work and I only got 1 round of ammo. So I'm trying to be sparing and make sure I got enough. And then once I know I have it all up, then I'll go back and finish it off. So, okay, let's go back, I guess, over this piece over here, Steph, and we'll finish up this small piece. See if she fits. I got my angle right, I think, on the end here.
Hey, you know there's a little bit of a gap right in there.
You know what? I'm so glad that you just said that. And she did just say it a second ago, this is not staged. That's the misconception, I think, Steph. Come over here a little bit closer, you can see my face. That's the misconception, and that's how I used to think too when I was first starting out, is that you want your cuts to be perfect, tight, you know, make it look good. The problem with that is that wood swells and wood shrinks. So if you bang this tight like that, and it's cold and wet outside, and you shoot it off, come summertime when the sun comes out and this wood dries out and shrinks, that's gonna make a gap, and it's gonna look like crap. So what we do on purpose, and I'm sure all of you professionals know this, is that we're gonna leave an 1/8 gap. And that's where our sealant is gonna go, our caulk, big stretch. And that's the reason why they call it stretch, is because it's gonna stretch. If I had no gap there and I put a little bead of caulk in there, when it swells, that caulk doesn't have enough in there to stretch with it. So it's gonna break, and that's why you get all these cracked caulk joints. I leave an 1/8, I fill that bad boy with big stretch, nice and big bead. When that shrinks, that big stretch has enough material where it's gonna stretch with the wood, and that sealant's gonna stay in there and still look good in like 5 years from now. That's the big thing, is you don't want it bang tight, you want a gap. Fill it with some good caulk. Big stretch is awesome. We use it all the time. Fill that gap in there, and then when it shrinks, it's still gonna look good. Bet you didn't know that, huh, babe? So this might be kind of dark, but I'm trying to figure out this drip edge situation. So obviously this bottom one needs to go on first, like that. So I think I can actually just tack that one right there. It's falling off down at the other end, of course, because I'm by myself. I'm just gonna throw a little tacker in here, see if I can get it to stay. All right, I had to cut that right there. I apologize. That's what happens when I'm so worried about working fast, is that I don't pay attention to the little things. And I had the GoPro on, but it wasn't down enough. So I was talking, but you couldn't see what I was doing. And I know nobody wants that. They'd rather see what I'm doing and not hear me talk. I guess just real fast, I do want to show what I was doing on the corners of the drip edge. just so everyone's on the same page. Okay, so obviously this is after the fact. The shingles are already on, but we won't pay attention to those. But just so you know, I put this bottom drip edge on first, and then this one lapped over the top of it. There you can see it lapping over the top, and then I just cut it back a little bit here, and then folded it over, just put a little nail in there with a little Lexel. Trying to finish up this end here today. I gotta do this one, then I still have to do the angle cut up towards the top, but I got my handy flashlight out. I just backed my truck up and put the lights on it so I could get this one on. So I'm gonna put this one on. I'm gonna get this flashing done tonight, just so that's done. Get zip taped, done, and that way, I believe my shingles are coming in 2 days, and that way Friday I'll be all set, ready to go, and I can just shingle this thing, because if not, I'm gonna waste time Friday doing this little stuff I need to get done now. And you can see it's dark outside, so. I'm having to cut this drip edge. Now this has to have the 56-degree angle on it going up there at the roof. And I don't know how to figure that out with my square right there, because I tried for a couple minutes and I couldn't really figure it out, to be honest with you. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna do something probably pretty simple. This is my cutoff from my fascia board. So I just double checked, and that's 56 degrees right here. So all I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna take my piece here and I'm gonna lay it on there like that, and I'm gonna trace it. Put it out to the end so it's easy there. And I'm just gonna cut that off and then slide that all the way up on the roof, and that'll be my angle. And that should be what it is. So I know the quality is not great, but I just wanted to show you guys what I go through trying to build on my spare time at home. So you can see I'm actually working in the dark with a headlamp on, trying to get this drip edge done so that when the shingles do come, I can actually have it ready and have the shingles go on a Friday, where I have the whole day to do it. So you gotta love owning your own business and working for yourself. Man, I am starving. I need a snack. All right, let's see what we got in here. Oh yeah, nuts.com, baby. Oh yeah, here we go. Nuts.com is your one-stop shop for freshly roasted nuts, sweets, dried fruits. Hey, they even have pantry staples like specialty flours and so much more. Their wide variety means there's something for everyone. At Nuts.com, quality is a top priority. So they roast their nuts and pop their corn the same day that it ships to you, so it reaches you deliciously fresh. Satisfaction is guaranteed. Nuts.com makes a perfect stocking stuffer. Let's see, we got roasted almonds. We'll give that to Steph. We got some bourbon pecans. I'll take that one. We got some milk chocolate gummy bears, kids. And let's see, we got some dried mango, organic dried mango. We'll give that to Nana. What are you doing? Nothing. Okay. Dude, I know I made fun of these mangoes, Nana's mangoes, but these things are phenomenal. I mean, my bourbon pecans are good, but this organic dried mango is ridiculous. I mean, it's like eating a real mango.
Yeah, because it is a real mango.
So good. And right now, Nuts.com is offering new customers a free gift with purchase and free shipping on orders of $29 or more at Nuts.com/Jaysway. Go check out all the delicious options at Nuts.com/Jaysway, and you'll receive a free gift and free shipping when you spend $29 or more. Again, that's Nuts.com/Jaysway. And I love the fact that Nuts.com wanted to partner with Building Jaysway. Seems pretty fitting, huh? Again, thanks to Nuts.com for sponsoring today's video, and let's get back to the action. All right, Home Depot, Maryville, Tennessee. If they don't have these shingles, I'm gonna be seriously pissed off. All righty, Owens Corning, Oak Ridge, Driftwood. That's them. And they have a bunch. Too bad they couldn't deliver them to my house. Now I have to stack them up on this thing and take them myself. But hey, they have them. These should match. If they don't match, I'm sorry, Stephanie, but they're going on the roof. Sorry. I think I'm ready. I got enough stuff up here you would think shingles, go ahead, just knock them down, but it's really not that easy. So I think I'm ready to rock and roll to start putting these shingles in. I got everything I need. Now I just need to figure out how to do it. Never laid shingles before by myself, but I'm gonna figure it out. One thing I don't have is a long enough freaking hose. So I had the air compressor set up over there, but it wouldn't reach all the way to that end. So I have it set up here in the middle. I have it up on a little stand because I have this just, I think it's what came with the compressor, but I should have took one from Jamie's, but that'll work. It'll get me going. So I'm almost ready to start. Okay, first things first. We have a starter strip. Now this is not a starter strip. I just got some 3-tab shingles because I don't have a starter shingle. So, and your first starter shingle, you don't want it to be full length because then when you put your first shingle on, your seams are going to line up. So what I did is I took this one, I took 6 inches off of this one. And also what I wanted to do is I wanted to hang over like an inch. Now, I know some people keep it flush, but talking to the Perkins, they said it would be a good idea to keep it an inch over. So what I'm gonna do is I'm going to chalk a line, make it easy. Now that front should be pretty straight, but I don't know if it is or not. So these measure 12 inches. So if I come up 11 inches and make a mark, and then come down here and mark 11 inches, and make a mark. Regardless of my front drip edge there, if it's not totally straight, at least my shingles will be straight. And then I'm also going to do the same on the sides. I'm going to put a run of starter shingles up the side, again hanging it over an inch, and that'll allow the water to drip off even better. And also what that will allow me to do is that will allow me to have something to hook to when I'm measuring my last shingle. So this first row obviously is pretty simple. We're just buttoning them together, staying to our line, and making them straight. Now the nail pattern, I've seen some do 4, I've seen some do 5, I've seen some do 6. I don't know, but I'm just gonna go right in this line there, I believe is the nail pattern line. So I'm just gonna go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Then here, what I'm gonna do here is I'm just gonna stay out my inch, put another piece in there, and then like I said, I'm gonna chalk a line here and run up the rake, which I believe that's the rake, on both sides so that I have a nice termination and nice starting edge for my shingles. And then again, all I'm going to do is I'm just going to take this and put it to my line. What is line? Like that. And like that. And I'm hung up down there. Oh, I had to move my compressor up onto the deck because this stupid hose I have isn't long enough. But it is what it is. All right, we're going good. Almost got the starter going. I think once that gets going, I think the shingles will start rolling pretty fast. So let's get this starter shingle thing finished up. So I'm putting my first shingle down here, and I don't think it matters if you start with a full or whatever it might be, because remember I took 6 inches off of this first starter row. So when I put my first shingle on, I'm just gonna line it up with that, and what happens is that, see, this seam here does not fall in the seam of my starter strip. You wouldn't want it like that, because then when water gets down in between the shingles, it would run down that seam, and we don't want that. So that's why you want your overhang. So, and then these shingles have, they have this tar on the back, so when the sun heats it up, it will then adhere to the shingle underneath it and help keep it down. So I'm going to just, I think this is called shouldering, where you just shoulder it up to the next one there. I'm gonna flush it to the outside like that. And then again, my nail pattern's gonna be maybe 6. And I'm gonna shoot, I don't wanna shoot down below this area here, but I'm just gonna shoot in this doubled up area here. I think 1 inch from the end, and then like 4 in the field. So 1, there. Voila. And then my next one, what I'll do is I will cut 6 inches off my next one and stagger it back. 6 inches off my next one, stagger it back, 6 inches off the next one. And I'll do a pattern like that. And then when I start, I'll just go there, boom, 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 boom. When I get to the end, I'll just measure and cut. And that way none of my seams will ever line up. All right, nails. Nails! Charlie, grab me some nails. I'm gonna have quads of steel going up and down this ladder today. I'll tell you that much. Just need to do that about 50 more times and I'll be good. I'll be good to go. I hope I have enough shingles. I bought 10, which is what it calls for, and then I had an extra box, a whole bundle of shingles, but you can see that these are kind of jagged up. So what I think I'm going to do is I'm going to use them for my end cuts. All of those, because they're going to be on this far side. You probably won't see them. They'll blend in a little better. And then I'll use all my good shingles for the main body of everything. So yeah, let's rock and roll. It's going good. I love it. So I'm on my second row here, and as you can see, I started that first one with a full sheet, so I don't want to go full. So I'm going to take like 6 inches off. Now I want to keep the factory edge always to the outside just so it looks good. So I'm going to cut this side. And I'll tell you, I found it's a lot easier to cut from the back. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to flip this over. I'm just going to measure over 6 inches. I'm going to make a little ticky mark. And then I've just been using my big 12. And get up this way. Just use my big 12. Put that there. Nice score. Flip it over. I bought some new blades because you're going to go through a lot of them. And then that's no good. Flip that over. Lay this down. And again, what I'm going to do is I'm going to shoulder it. As you can see this line here. I think that's what I'm going to do is there. I'm going to shoulder it right up to that. That way I know I'm staying straight. Flush to my outside. Shouldered up there, maybe just up just a little bit. And then, oh gosh. And then pop it like it's hot. Inch in or so. Pop. 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 There we go. As you can see here, my other seam's over there. This seam is here. So when water gets down in there, it doesn't leak. Before we get too far along, I just wanted to show you that stagger that we were talking about. So all I'm doing is taking 6 inches off of each one. That way all my lines will stagger up, and then I just run full cut, full cut, full cut. I think you get it, full cut. I think you got it there. So that's the pair. And then here, what I'll do is I'll just start with a full again and then work my way back. Again, I am not a roofer by any means. So if there's any roofers out there, I'm sure there's probably other ways to do it, better ways to do it, different ways to do it. But I believe this is one way that will work. It will keep it from leaking, and I think it will go good. If there's anything I'm doing that's totally off the mark, by all means, I love criticism. Some of the nasty comments you could probably leave to yourselves. You can keep those in your pocket if you want. But if there's any good constructive criticism that I'm doing, again, I'm learning just like everybody else watching. So if you got anything else that I could do better, please let me know. Thanks. I just realized something. I think I knew this, but I wasn't sure. So I did all my cutoffs, and the leftover from that one goes up there, that one there, that one there, that one there. So I believe that when I get back to my full, I should be able to just use these cutoffs to go back up, and that should be the same. So I'm back to my stagger here. I think it's looking great. Like I said, I got a couple of those pieces down here, but you can kind of see the difference, but in the scheme of things, nobody's gonna know because it's just, there's not gonna anybody gonna know. So I think it looks fine, and that way I know I'm using these old ones and not gonna run out of shingles. So all right, so I got these rows done, and I don't know if you people have heard Jamie Perkins say accumulative error. And what that means is that every time I'm putting the shingle in, you know, I'm just shouldering it like this up against this little, I guess you call it crotch. And the thing is that there's no way that as I'm going through that I'm doing it the same every single shingle. So what was to happen is if I was to go up this whole entire roof just like that, I think I would run into some error up at the top where it would be all yeah. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take a shingle here where it would go. Okay, and I am going to make a mark here of where the top of this one goes, and I'm going to come down here and I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to take my shingle, I'm going to put it where it goes. Now I could do a measurement, but I think this is even better. Put it where it goes, and I'm going to make a mark, and then what I'm going to do is I'm going to chalk a line through that, and what that's going to do is that's going to give me a nice fresh straight starting point, because remember I was straight down there, but this will give me a nice straight starting point from where I need to go. So I'm here, so the next like 5 or 10 feet or 5 feet I mean, I'll chuck another line, and then after that I'll chuck another line. So I've been going pretty smooth here, and I'll just show you one thing. So you definitely want these nails to be nice and flat. You don't want them prouding up or anything like that. And you can see this one, it kind of went in on an angle, so there's a little bit of a rip there. I know it's not a huge deal, but from my buddies from Sashgo, I got some through the roof dab on this just in case. I mean, I know it's overkill, but just put a little dab of do-you right there, and then when I put my next shingle down, I don't have any worries of anything ever leaking. Okay, got 2 staggers done. Gonna work on my next stagger here, and I did not do this beforehand, but I am curious on where I'm at as far as distance to where these are gonna come together. Let's see. To here I have 137 and just shy of 7/8. 137, just shy of 7/8. Let's see over here, what do I have? I have, all right, 138 and an 1/8. All right, so I'm a quarter off, dude. That's balling. Like I said, everything's been going smooth, and then now for some reason I just ran into this problem, is that this nail is right where my seam is at, and I'm not sure why it did that. It hasn't done it all day, but regardless of the fact, what I'm going to do is I'm just going to take my through the roof and I'm just going to cover that nail hole. Just put a little through the roof on there just so it doesn't leak. Okay, I ran into another slight problem here. So as you can see, I'm putting in this piece here, and I'm like freaking an inch short. And I don't want to put a little piece in there, obviously, and I don't want to leave it like that because that looks like butt. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to do this. So I'm going to go, so my next sheet that I would put on is going to go to like there, okay? And then I have a seam here. So there's gonna be a seam, there's gonna be a seam. So if I can put a seam like here, I'll be all right. And I'm gonna cut it. I've had the same knife all day. I don't know how that's possible. I guess it's just my brute strength. And I have been cutting it just right on this zip board. This stuff is pretty resilient and pretty strong, so I don't have any issues with it going to leak, I promise you. So I'm gonna put this piece in here. Okay, so that's gonna work, and then I'll finish that off, and then I'll put this piece in, so on and so forth, and I think I'm going to be okay. Okay, so I've made it to the critical section of the roof. As you can see, I have all the field done, whatever, the main body done. And I'm come to the part where I need to get this to go up underneath the shingles so it doesn't leak. And I'm sure this is where a lot of discrepancy is going to come involved. So I bought some flashing, but Jamie said that as long as I can get it up underneath the shingles, I don't think there's going to be any problem. So what's going to happen is my first one's going to come here like that, okay, which is up underneath there a little bit, and then my next one is going to go up under there like that. So I'm hitting the nails behind that. So if I do that, as long as my seams don't line up with this one, so that way water comes here, if it hits that seam, this shingle's underneath it, just like here. Plus it's screaming down this 12-12. Yo! It's gonna hit here and just freaking roll out there and be grand, be grandy. I really think this is gonna be okay. All right, so there's my shoulder. So there, I'm good there. And there's my shoulder there, and I'm way tucked up in there, up above the top there. And what I think I can do is I think I can pick this shingle up a little bit and shoot underneath it. So I'm gonna pick that up a little bit, and I'm gonna shoot right there. Pick it up, and I'm gonna shoot right there. I'm gonna pick it up without breaking it. Shoot right there. And what I'll do is I'll put a little bead of some through the roof underneath there, just to keep that shingle from staying down on there, just so it doesn't flop around. But I think that's going to be good. I'll just keep ripping these until I'm all the way down. And then, like I said, I'll take some through the roof and I'll underneath there so that last shingle really adheres back down. So I did see one thing. See how this is kind of gap in there? And I think over time this will lay flat. But for the meantime, just in case if it rains, I'm going to put a dab of some through the roof on all these nail heads. Jamie got a bunch of this through the roof from Sashgo. Again, we love Sashgo. We love their company. We love their products. So I'm going to take advantage of using some, and I'm going to cover all these holes just so we don't run into a problem there. Go. There we go. I am down to my last few shingles, folks. I am lucky I had that extra, oh gosh, that extra little bit, or I would have ran out. Well, she's dried in. I think she's fantastic. I don't think she's gonna leak. And I'll tell you right now, I probably didn't have to go get the same shingles because these shingles are 20 years old. The ones on the house still look halfway decent, but these look like you know what from all the moss. So it doesn't even look the same, but as this ages, it will look the same. So I'm super excited how it came out. I think everything looks perfect. I think it's nice and tight. I think here at the roof line where it meets the other shingles there, I don't see any issue there. I got one there. I got another one jammed up way up in there. I got some through the roof in there, covering my nails. I am super excited on how this turned out. So, hey, she's dried in. I'm done. Thanks for building with me, and on to the next video.